Wait, Shonda, that's
Okay.
that's water. How you
Nah,
doing?
girl, that's vodka on the rocks.
Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello,
Shonda's
ladies and
quite.
gentlemen. She's quiet today.
She had a stressful time at work, I think. Trust me. I
I did.
understand, baby.
And
I
it's not
know.
over. I'm getting texts and stuff. So
Oh, we love what you
yeah.
do. It take a strong person. So we got you,
Yeah,
It
boo.
but I'm
does.
breaking down.
I know. I know. Well, hang in there with
Well,
us.
good. Then I won't be the only one who breaks down on this
My
show.
light wants to cut off tonight every 2 seconds.
It won't let you be great. Oh, there it is. That was perfect. Whatever just happened. It won't let you be great. Diva B, I'm glad you back because you know you had left us last
Hmm.
week. You was in and out.
You know what's crazy is that I just bought this computer and I was ready to put my hand through it because I was so irked. I was like, okay, let me just drop this bitch on the floor and move about my business because I was so mad.
Sometimes
But
it be like that.
anyways, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Talk Miami Talk Show.com.
Yes.
We have an amazing evening this evening, and we'll get it started. Actually, because I practice, to my left, right is the one, the only steamer Broadway
Did you say Sting?
sensation. The girl, she got a steamer on, okay? She got her steamer ready. Miss Sting is broadcasting live from the spa.
Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Cindy Winters. I am bedding down tonight. I'm going to take a little bit of me time and
Wait.
start with a light facial with a light steam and take care of myself. Because you gotta treat yourself. It's 8 o'clock at night. Let's really get into our mode. And I'm going to pass it to the beautiful lady in the yellow top. It's a great color on you, Dr. Shonda Roberts.
Look at this girl. I
I'm sorry
can't.
that we're interrupting you. Good,
Don't
good
worry.
evening, good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Shonda Roberts. It's great to be back. Hope you all are well and hopefully taking care of yourself, as Miss Winters just said.
It,
Oh,
I,
I'm gonna pass it. Wait. Okay.
ooh, let me get it. Yeah, wait, yeah. Wait, I'm still looking at Cindy. Oh, is this a mud facial?
It is a mud African black soap clarifying mud mask from Shea Moisture. This is not an ad. I'm just taking care of myself.
Hey, don't be
Okay.
giving them no free. But
Self
wait, aren't they
love.
black owned? I think they're black
I
owned.
want to watch
They're
her
black
wash
owned.
it off.
Thank you, Richelieu.
Wait, what'd you say, Shonda?
I want to see her wash this
Well, we're
off.
gonna leave this on for 20 minutes because that's what the directions say.
Oh my God, the stuff
We
we
got
do
an
on
hour to
here.
go.
I told you guys
Exactly.
So
you
between
can't
topic
make this
one and
stuff
topic
up.
two, she'll go rinse off.
The stuff,
Exactly.
right? The stuff we do for as women or as human beings to take care of ourselves, we don't do enough of it. So, I'm
Wow.
encouraging all of us here who are on all of our viewers, our listeners, to take care of yourself.
And that is self love. I love it. But
Mhm.
hi, everybody. Welcome to another great episode of Talk Miami. I am your girl, TK Owens, and I just love us. I promise you, we cannot make this stuff up. This is what really goes on. Usually it's behind the scenes, but she's letting you guys in her authentic self today. Getting ready.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to pass it back down to you, Diva B.
Bloop, I
Do
got
your
it. And
thing.
on that note, all right, honey, welcome back. I mean, we only went away for a moment. So like you're wearing a mask, honey.
Yeah.
Like a face mask, but like a covering mask. Okay, well, she'll be back. So, welcome tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to be hosting you this evening. As I was mentioning before our podcast started, I'm running out of space. The boys are getting full up in here. I'm
Yes.
losing wall space,
Yes.
so I'm gonna have to start cutting them. Okay.
Oh,
But wait, Diva,
come
but
on.
wait, Diva
Got
B.
them.
Last week you were coming in and out, and it was a new boyfriend, and we didn't get a chance. So give us the last 2 weeks. Give us an update. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is boyfriend. I lost count, but he was last week. Looking all handsome by that fireplace. Look at him, that fireplace in the background, all hot and steamy, and just like the steam that Cindy was blowing on her face about 10 minutes ago. And then today we got this one here. I mean, he all right. He cute. He all right.
That's Holly Berry
cleanliness.
ex-husband.
I know, but we ain't gonna
Eric
talk about him
Benet?
because I think
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think he likes to beat people up, but that's what I just heard. So
He's a very nice
Allegedly. We don't
man.
need nobody coming after us.
He's a very
Allegedly.
nice man.
exactly, I do not own the
I got to meet
copyrights to
him.
that
He's
sentence.
very nice.
So
Let's
okay,
say hi to our guests.
I'm gonna try to get through tonight.
Saying hello. Hello, everyone. Hey, Kiara. Hey, Natasha. And Lisa,
Hi.
the Neal family. How y'all doing? Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. Go get your friends, your cousin, get your neighbor, because Cindy is giving us beauty facial techniques during each episode this evening. So
Yes, she is. Like
you want to
I'm
be
really,
live for that?
I am really just looking at her. Like I'm intrigued by this. So this is your
Oh.
beauty steps.
You know, this is a light beauty. This is a light beauty day. I just
When it dries, do you just peel it all off, or does it have to be washed off when it dries?
I think I have to wash it off. I'm trying a new mask actually, so I'm not really sure how this is gonna pan out. But I just figured, now live would be a good time to try it.
So if you break out in a rash, we're all going to see it.
Girl,
Yeah,
there goes her
we'll
photo
find out
shoot
and
in
be
the morning.
surprised together.
Yeah.
We'll all be
Okay.
we'll be surprised together. But I have an early bedtime, so I have to make sure that I do all my stuff early so we can do what we got to, But I'm not gonna miss Talk Miami. This is where we get a
Yeah.
chance to get to the real stuff.
I am
Yes.
mad at the close up.
And if you are listening to us on on all of our podcast streaming platforms, we are on Google Podcasts, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, and where you find all and live every week on YouTube. So you can always find us on Talk Miami.
That's right.
If you have a
Let 'em
birthday,
know,
please
Cindy.
shout out your birthday. Shout out your cousin's birthday. We want to give them a shout out on our show. And that's all I got. That's about all the news we could do for that, right? Did I miss anything, guys?
But we're okay with shout outs. Shout outs for the birthday.
Absolutely.
But let's get into topic number one. I will give a disclaimer this evening. I'm feeling a little bit of confrontation in my blood. So, I want to press some buttons today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lord.
so that's how I'm feeling, a little salty, a little sweet, but we're going to do it professionally and correctly. So
Lord.
my first topic hit very close to home for me. We're talking about what the Democrats are doing right now in passing a bill to federally legalize marijuana. I thought this was an interesting topic because I can't go nowhere in Miami walking down the street without smelling some marijuana in the air, okay? I'm just saying. So I figured, how could I make this a conversation that's not one-sided? So the other day, I'm talking to my best friend, and I tell him, I said, what would happen if this law does pass, correct? And now people can just freely smoke marijuana. Would people go to work that way? Or would it still be considered an illegal substance? Because now, if it's federally regulated, how could your job drug test you for marijuana? How could your job tell you you can't come to work high as a kite? And his response was, in the type of work that he does, he said, because he works with machines that are in the pharmaceutical company, he works with NASA machines and things like that. So he's saying, what would happen if I went to my job high? And I posed this question to him. How many times have you gone to your job and have worked with somebody that you may think is high, but you can't tell? Because I know plenty of them, honey. A little bit of Visine, a little bit of breath spray goes a long way, honey.
You know what? Why you know this, Diva B?
Well, Diva B will say she has tried before, okay? I'm just going to say I have tried a little bit, just a little bit. But I found it interesting because to me, even in hotels that I was working at, that I was running down in South Beach, they've stopped drug testing for marijuana because in the food and beverage industry, marijuana has always been prevalent. You know, I can't tell you how many times if you needed a bag of weed, you just went to the chef in the back of the kitchen, and after he was done frying you some French fries, he was selling you a dime bag behind the dumpster. You
We
know,
do not permit this. Disclaimer.
oh, I did the
Allegedly.
disclaimer already. So,
Don't come after us.
but
Mhm.
well, like my sister-in-law just said, which was a valid point because everybody was, my mom even said this. Well, it's like
Mhm.
drinking. It's like you can't go to work drunk. But when you go to work drunk, it's noticeable. Do you know how
Mhm.
many people go to work high all the time and nobody can tell the difference? So what makes an employer now that this is legal have any repercussion to say you're high, you're smoking on the job, and you're terminated?
Well,
I want to know, do you agree? And then I'll hear you right now, Sean, I'm sorry. But I want to know with the people of the public, do you agree with them federally regulating marijuana? Or do you not agree, is the question. Miss Shonda?
I just want to know, when did you see somebody high? You couldn't tell they were high.
Exactly. Or even, well, it depends on how.
Shall we
What,
talk about 4 Sundays ago when all 4 of us got together?
oh, never mind.
You straight up nobody could tell.
Bleep.
We probably just didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything and y'all couldn't tell either. Oh,
Well, I guess it also depends on, like we stated,
because there
with
are functioning
Terry
potheads.
Richardson.
Yeah, of course.
There are some people, just like with the CBD tea, like marijuana's in that. Is it based on the dosage? There are some people who take it medically. So does it do the same effect if you were smoking a blunt? Like there's different types of marijuana. Some people use it for medication.
But does CBD have something that marijuana like does not have, or is it
So
same
I
ingredient?
can actually explain to you the difference.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
CBD in marijuana is the one part of marijuana that calms the system. It settles down the nervous system, whereas THC is the ingredient in marijuana that gets you high. This is why you can go down the street to a smoke shop and buy a CBD cream, because a CBD oil or cream or anything is not going to get you high as something with THC in it. So when you see, I mean, they even have Publix down the street from my house sells CBD soap, CBD lotion,
Right.
CBD oils in Publix, but it's because it doesn't get you high. And that's one thing that I was looking into, was the problem that we have, and this is going to actually coincide with the topic coming up, is there's not enough scientific research on marijuana because it's illegal. It is a stage 1 drug where they're not allowed to do the scientific research on this particular drug because it's illegal. Where if they legalize it, then there would be more research. And the reason I said that goes to my second topic is because we're going to talk about vaccines next, but that's a whole nother disclaimer and a whole nother, and a little bit, when Cindy removes her face mask, that's when that topic will happen. But that's why I'm saying there's not enough research for it. But like Miss Natasha said, she has a friend who works in corporate America, and you would never know, because there's functioning potheads. There are people that you probably talk to every day, high as a damn kite. You wouldn't know, because Visine and breath mouth, you know.
I just have so many questions though, but I mean, Dr. Shonda, were you finished?
Sure, I guess.
Okay, so this went all the way up to the Senate, Democrats, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they are wanting to release this draft bill to legalize marijuana. But my question is this also going to expunge all the people who went to jail and have records for selling marijuana?
They do want to include that.
Oh,
They
okay.
do want to include,
I
because
was
it's
about to
true.
Is it retroactive? Is it just going
Exactly. Take all that time off.
See, I don't know about that.
You know, I have
Let's just
so
say
many
when I was
questions.
reading the bill is literally like a 750-page bill. Like,
I just
it's
think
no
for
joke.
some job functions, they may, even though like they say, alcohol is legal, but you can't go to work drunk. There are a lot of jobs where you cannot walk around high if you have to. Well, if you have to operate something, now you may be able to because you're functioning, but if something happens, that's going to be you're going to be at fault because they're going to drug test you when you get hurt on the job or something happens. They do all the drug tests and stuff. So if in order for you to get your workman's comp, is that going to hinder you from getting workman's comp if you are operating a machinery and you had weed in your system? Like, in the job that I do, I can't go to work high if I'm trying to keep kids off marijuana.
Right.
It's just certain things I think that the job itself may have their own clause. It may be legal, but I don't mean you can bring it here.
I mean, I think this goes back to the Sha'Carri Richardson situation.
Right. Yeah.
Pardon my lips, everybody.
Yeah, it's like she's talking like that right now. I wish y'all, if you ain't watching the show tonight, y'all are missing it. We have an alien on here.
I'm surprised nobody
can't even move her lips.
For some people who just logged on, can you let the people know what's going on? Because
today is a spa day, everyone. I think I'm encouraging and inviting all of you during this 8 o'clock hour to go and grab your face mask, your exfoliant, your moisturizer, and take care of yourself for the next hour. Put your head in a proud Black woman headscarf by HGC Apparel and get pampered. Okay, if you need to, if you have a skincare product with CBD inside, you should pick up Trey Monet, and they have a skincare line that is that uses CBD and stem cells. That takes care of the skin and conditions it. Yeah, I'm like a ventriloquist.
Okay. But why you put on your top lip?
Why did I put on my top
exfoliate the lips?
No, I ain't got no. I don't have no lips, so it just looks like it's just colored in.
I'm sorry.
It's just looking like it's colored in. Thank you, Shonda.
Natasha, I love your little alien
Natasha's on fire
emoji
tonight. Natasha's on
That's
fire
my sister-in-law. That's my sister-in-law, Lord.
And
honey, that's exactly. I'm gonna put it back up because that's exactly how.
Wait, guys, make sure we get a picture of this. We need this. We gotta get a picture of this.
Oh, I've already taken a picture. You know, I'm gonna post
good.
that right after we're done. Huh?
This is me rolling my eyes. It's the only malleable part of my body. I can't kiss my teeth. That's about as far as it gets. But talking about CBD, marijuana and THC. Now, if there have been laws that are being talked about in Chicago, and as we talk about reparation tax, and to add to what TK is saying, are they going to expunge the records of those who have been federally criminalized? What's the word used as marijuana as a felony charge? Mm-hmm. Will those records be expunged? Well, in Chicago, they're working out creating reparations for Black Americans who have been disproportionately discriminated against, who have been relocated based on zoning and things like that, or hate crimes. They're going to be doling out reparations and using a marijuana tax. So if they tax the sales of marijuana, they use that extra money to then funnel into reparations for Black Americans who have been whose families have been severely affected by hate crimes. So that's just that's just kind of a financial and a social justice way about it, right? But it doesn't take away from the fact that, so it's a big moneymaker. It doesn't also take away from the fact that, like, rules are rules. And if you're a surgeon, and I don't want anyone operating on me that had a gummy earlier that morning before they the operation.
Right.
Okay.
I don't need a brownie for snacks.
Yeah. Okay.
We're not doing that.
I don't need you having a CBD soda.
And then is it going to be
my mask timer? Excuse me.
Wait, she's going to be back. Okay, we'll see you in a minute. This girl is crazy.
It's drying up. I love watching it dry. It's hilarious.
Next week, I'm gonna take my braids out.
Wait, so Diva B, like, is it? I guess we might wait. Look at Cindy. She came back just.
Cindy, can we get a close up of the face, please? Get real close. There you go.
It's drying up. It's spaced. But Diva B, like, I still have more questions. Like, is it going to be an age limit, just like with smoking?
Well, there should be. Because,
I'm sorry.
At this point, I mean, there's a lot of questions to it. Listen, I am all for regulating marijuana, and I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen what marijuana can do for those that are sick and in need.
Mm-hmm.
I have actually experienced it myself. I speak from volumes. I will tell you that my mother, and I'll share a very special part of my, well, very secret part of my life.
Mama, don't come after us. That was your son.
No, my mom was very against drugs. Has always been, like any mother is. And when I was going through cancer and I was on chemo, my mom saw how I couldn't eat afterwards. And one night I came home after smoking and I ate a whole lot of food. And I had to explain to my mom, listen, I went to my friend's house, I smoked a little bit. During chemo, when your insides are being torn apart, look, you sharing my secrets. You see,
Look,
she
you know I
watching.
love her. I
She
love
gonna get
Mama.
mad. Honey, it's so funny. My mom talks about you all the time. But when she saw that smoking a little bit actually gave me back an appetite, people that are going through medical treatments that don't have an appetite, their marijuana helps them. It really does. It's not, oh, I'm just trying to get high. It's, I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to, get through this medical procedure. Yeah, fine. I'm not over there chugging down 15 blunts or joints or bowls, but during that one time, and my mom always said, don't do that shit around me. I don't condone it. I'm not for it. But if it helps you to eat, to get the nutrients that you need, go do your thing and come back and I'll have some food ready for you. Yes, TK.
Which brings me to a point. Are we talking about recreational marijuana, or do they have to have a license if they're
All
going to
across.
legalize this?
They're talking about recreational and medical marijuana across the board. It'll be, because right now individual states have legalized it. But if you get pulled over in Florida, you still go to jail for having marijuana because it's federally illegal to have marijuana. Regardless that Florida says it's okay, you still go to jail for that. So what they're saying is, as long, they're trying to pass it so that across the board. So it'd be recreational, it would be medicinal for medical purposes. And I think Colorado's a good example of what Cindy was actually saying, where Colorado legalized it recreational. Like, you can now literally go to Denver, Colorado and sit in a cafe and smoke a blunt. The money that they brought in to Colorado.
Baby, let's go to Colorado Springs.
Yeah, girl, sign me up. Anyway, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm just kidding. I don't do those things. Add TK.
I'm sorry.
Call me. But they saw the amount of money that it brought in. And can you imagine what that would do for this country? We're already sitting here hating Democrats and Republicans because we want to spend $1.3 trillion on an infrastructure. Legalize marijuana and take a portion of that to build back our infrastructure in our own country. Since that way we don't have to tax the people of the country. We're taking a portion of something that people are legitimately paying for, So, I mean, there's pros and cons to the situation. And that's why I wanted to bring it up today, because some people that I talk to are like, no, it should stay the way it is. And I disagree with that. You buy a 10 bag and you get caught, you're going to jail for 30 years, And it's like, why should somebody go to jail for 30 years for selling a dime bag when you got people out here raping, killing, murdering, and doing all that, and they're getting 10 years?
Right.
It's like what Cindy was saying. We really need to make some more sense out of this conversation,
Oh my God, I got so many questions. I'm
it's
probably out of
really-
questions. Okay.
It's a controversial topic. Historically, marijuana was targeted by the government because it was a way to target jazz musicians and Black people. So they would. So a lot of musicians, they smoked reefer. And so they started to deepen.
Wait, what they
we called it back then in the roaring.
Back in the day, reefer.
Back in the day,
You heard her?
reefer.
She went
Happy
there.
Calloway wrote a song about it, and that's what they called it, reefer. And the CIA, they decided, or the FBI, they decided that jazz music was becoming very popular, and it was influencing Black Americans and white Americans because the music was so hip and fun and cool. So they decided that if they crack down and they create reefer as a devil, and jazz musicians smoked it or they partook in it, that they could lock them up and then have a giant campaign against marijuana. Also, if we go back to cropping, farming, hemp was a huge crop. It was a giant cash crop because it grows really quickly. But people wanted to use trees, and that tree business, wood, lumber, they used hemp for clothing. They use hemp for paper. They use hemp for all these
Shampoos,
textiles,
everything.
materials. Yeah. And other industries were upset about that. And so they killed all the hemp crops. So there's just been this long history of a war on the cannabis plant that we can't understand why, but now people want to make money off of it, just like cigarettes and just like alcohol, right?
It's money driven.
Yeah.
This is a great question here. I was just gonna post that same question.
Hi, Neil. Neil's one of my buddies. We play in a band together.
Hey, Neil.
It's true though.
He's a great trumpet player.
Do you think that all Floridians would agree with legalizing it? There are political things in the state that prevent liberal thinking. I agree.
So, question: do we get to vote on this, or do they make a decision and that's it? Like
You
once
can
it goes
vote
to
on
the
it.
Senate,
Well, Congress will make the decision, and then Joe Biden would sign it. I guess it's past that level of where in the state you vote, because for the state level we did vote for it a couple years ago to pass the marijuana, and that's why now you have what you have. But on a federal level, Congress makes that decision.
Gotcha.
Well, TK, how would you vote?
We hire our Congress people.
I don't think I care either way. I don't indulge in it, so it's not like it's going to affect me. I just, don't want people to come into work and how, long as they can function, like I said, do you. As long as you're doing you, don't affect me, I'm okay.
Right.
And I think it's just like alcohol. I mean, we have to be responsible. It's just like when you go out, we drink. Like, we just don't want you to drink on the job. I'm pretty sure a substance is a substance, if it's alcohol or marijuana. So I'm pretty sure it will, there's going to be an age limit, I would hope. I wonder, oh my God, I've had so many questions. Like, did they do this when cigarettes first came out?
Say it again, TK, I'm sorry.
Did they do this like when cigarettes first came out, like smoking cigarettes?
Oh, I don't know.
Was that illegal and then it was passed? And
cigarettes have always been legal. Cigarettes have, the tobacco industry, they had
That's a good
campaigns
question,
that
though.
cigarettes were good for you.
Yeah. Back in the early days.
Even in movies, it was like you were so cool if you were smoking.
They
right?
said doctors recommend smoking 2 cigarettes a day.
Wow. And now the narrative has changed.
And now it's changed. Yeah.
I know. Well, I need someone who, like back in the day, I wonder how did they bring tobacco out? But like you said, maybe it was legalized the whole time. I don't know.
Well, money did it, So, well, before we go to the corner, I'm going to tell you a story.
Can we take our vote? Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story in regards to weed. So when I was young, I remember I must have been like 14, 15 years old, and I kept hearing weed, 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 and I wanted to know what weed was, and I wanted to try it so bad. So you know what I did? I went to my neighbor's house because he never used to cut the damn grass, so the weeds was growing uncontrollably. And me and some friends on my neighborhood grabbed the weeds from his yard, and we took a Miami Herald newspaper and we rolled it up. Let's just say my lungs ain't been the same ever since, honey, because that was just nasty.
Where's Mama?
I wonder if that creates brain damage.
Yeah, probably did it. That's why I wear the hat all week. So who knows? But yep, dumbass me trying to smoke people's weeds out their garden. Okay. And on that note, ladies, I'm going to leave you pondering with that and wondering where the hell that story came from and where it was going from next. While I find the corner, we're on our way.
We're going to the corner, y'all.
Wait, I'm lost. Where's the corner?
She in the corner.
Do y'all want to laugh? I never even realized that he called it the corner because it says Charlotte's Community Corner. I'm so slow.
Really, Shonda? Shonda, really don't tell nobody that.
I think Shonda was in my neighbor's yard with me smoking.
That's the reason why we say in the corner.
Because listen, do you want to? I always thought mixed up in the corner, but I said we all in the corner. That's a box.
Oh,
Woo.
It's
ladies
okay,
and gentlemen, that is it for the show this evening. We all need to go to
Not
sleep.
everybody.
All right,
You're just delayed. Okay, go ahead, Dr. Shonda.
It literally I just got it tonight. It's okay.
Okay.
I just turned 45. I can have a slow moment sometimes.
That's okay.
But that's
okay.
why, Shonda, we don't say Shonda's corner. We say in the corner.
In the corner.
It's your corner.
I didn't get it to just now.
Well, hey.
Baby, don't tell nobody.
But you got it. That's what matters. But you
don't tell
got it.
nobody.
So tonight I am going to introduce Miss Fabiola Constant. Fabiola is she has a nonprofit organization called Lou Foundation Incorporated. It's named after her son who passed away at 2.5 years old. So she takes her gifts and she feeds the community. She puts on events for Mommy and Me. She honors domestic violence and breast cancer survivors. She also has, I said Mommy and Me, she has Daddy and Me and Mommy and Me events. And also her Love Brunch is what she does for our homeless community. And she's also an author. She wrote a book. Why is it not coming up? So she has a book called My Quiet Storm. And My Quiet Storm, volume 1 and 2. I'm not sure why it's not coming up. Volume 1 and 2.
It's there, Shonda.
Oh, you see it? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see it. It describes her pain, I believe, when she was going through bereavement. I'm sorry, my brain is slow today. So I want to make sure that we support Miss Fabiola Constant. Go to her Facebook page. It's Lou Foundation Inc. on Facebook. All of her information is there, how you can support. This is an event that she's having September 25th. It's the all-white event where she's going to honor domestic violence and breast cancer survivors. This is her, this is the fashion show. And then this one is the all-white annual fair. And then this is her where she will feed the community, feed the homeless community. So make sure you go to her page, is Lou's Foundation Incorporated. Send a donation, give her some support. And you also can go on Amazon and purchase her books, My Quiet Storm, Volumes 1 and Volumes 2.
Woo-hoo. Go Fabiola.
And Fabiola, that came from the corner, honey. Not that corner, but the corner.
But the corner.
The corner.
I get it now. I get it.
So, well, on that note, before we get into our next topic, I want to shine some spotlight.
Spotlight, neon light.
Oh.
Y'all, I can't keep up. Did y'all know what happened last week that we missed?
What?
Huh. Miami Fashion Week Swim Edition.
Ooh.
Miami Swim Week was last week, and y'all, if you missed it, I'm sorry for you. But
I think this is the one with that sign. What's the rapper? Her daughter was in this, I think. But anyways, go.
I just want to know who he is on the
sorry
song.
for you, but if it is, it was the official kickoff of Hot Girl Summer. That's why I'm getting my face together, honey, because you know I got to be out here in these streets just repping for the hot girls. I don't even know what that means. I'm trying to be hip. Anyways, with Miami being the capital of the Hot Girl Summer, Miami Swim Week did not disappoint. The runway featured some of the latest trends and fashions from brands and designers, such as Forever 21, Honey Burdette, Breezy Swimwear, Swim with Poppy's Pretty Little Thing, and Boohoo, where Ty Dolla $ign performed and featured swimwear for the first time on the runway, plus many more. Even designer Buki Ade of fashion vacation wear Be Fine, pictured here, who I personally follow on Instagram and whose swimsuits I am completely obsessed with. She was there as well. And Miami Swim Week also featured alternative bodies, is what we call, I guess, all bodies, including YouTuber Nikita Dragon and body positive images. We made sure that the landscape was fit for all sizes.
Good.
Rocking the runway.
Yes,
So
yes, come
Yes.
through.
big shout out
Clap
to
on
all the
that.
brands.
Yes.
Yes, big shout out to all the brands and all the artists and all the models that came out and all the bikini lines that had suffered pain and suffering this week past. Thank you to USA Today for supplying me with those photographs. Thank you.
I think that's her name, Angela Simmons, because she like broke the
Well, that's
internet
Russell
with
Simmons'
her.
daughter.
Right. Was
Doesn't
that
she
the
have
one she
a line?
modeled? I think
mean-
that's the fashion show she was in. I'm not sure, but she like almost broke the internet with her bikini, honey.
Ooh, I gotta check that
Oh,
out.
okay, me too.
Mhm.
So, well, thank you, Cindy, for the spotlight, and thank you, Shonda, for being at the corner. We appreciate it always. Here comes another disclaimer. My next topic, I don't want anybody to take it to heart. Don't feel some type of way. If you do, I'll give you my address in a DM. You can come tell me at the door. But I need to talk about something that is still plaguing this country and the world as we know it. And yes, that is COVID-19 and the new Delta variant. So what prompted my conversation is because I don't watch news. I'll be very honest with you, ladies. I do not watch the news. However, I do watch One News. It is 30 minutes every day at 6:30 on NBC. No, this is not a shout out. No, this is not a promo video. But I love to watch the nightly news with Lester Holt because I feel that some news is too general to one area, and I like to know what's going on in my country. Okay. Every single night, this man starts the show with what's going on with the COVID-19.
Mhm.
And it had me thinking because I've talked to several people. Some are vaccinated, some are not. And the one thing that I continuously hear about not being vaccinated is I don't trust the science. And it started making me think because I'm like, people who tell me they don't trust the science are the same people who will, when a hurricane is on the way, they'll go to the store and buy their groceries, or they'll go fill up their tank of gas, or they'll put their hurricane shutters, and they don't know if the storm is coming or not. But and we all know this living in Florida, everybody panics in the state of a hurricane, and then the hurricane does like beep and goes somewhere else, right? With other vaccines like smallpox and polio, when those vaccines came out, nobody resisted the vaccine because there was one common goal, and that was to eradicate those diseases. Now, I understand the CDC has given conflicting information because one of my coworkers, she is like, well, I don't trust what the CDC said. Well, it's a new virus. We don't know much about it. I am vaccinated. I was scared as hell. I was one of those people who said, I'm going to wait a year to see what the vaccine does. Mm-hmm. But then where I moved, because living in Miami, I saw a lot of face masks. And when I moved here to Fort Myers, I saw no face masks. Like there was no face mask. I mean, I even had people clock me and were like, oh, are you visiting? And I'm like, no. Oh, and I would ask them, what gave it away? Well, you're wearing a face mask. Because nobody in Fort Myers wore a face mask. And what made me ask my question, one moment, please.
Hey, boo.
What made me ask my question was, what process along the way? Is it because we've politicized this vaccine so much that we don't want to believe in it? And now that we're seeing 80% of cases going up in 30 different states, even in Miami, the hospitals are starting to get overloaded again. Mm-hmm. Why, as a human race, have we not come together and said, listen, the science is this. Now, granted, you're going to have side effects. I don't know about y'all, but when I watch TV all the time, I hear, if you're going to take Zoloft and your ass is going to fall from between your thighs and your head is going to tilt over and you're going to die and you're going to grow a third eye on your cheek and, all these disclaimers, but people still take Zoloft just like they take Advil or Tylenol. I don't understand what it is with the vaccine that we can't all just come together and say, listen, let's just get this shit done. I'm sorry about my language. I don't like to curse, but let's just get it done, take the vaccine and keep it moving. So I want to hear from the ladies and the gentlemen and whoever else is listening. Why are we so hesitant to get a vaccine that should be to protect us? Because I feel some type of way, even in people that I know, because I have very close people near me that don't want to get the vaccine. Now, I got the vaccine because I didn't want to have harm towards the person next to me. But that person doesn't reciprocate the same for me. So do you not care? I leave that as the question. So ladies, jump on it. Actually, before we do that, Cindy, what part of the face show are we at?
You're
muted,
mute,
honey.
boo. You're mute, baby.
We just passed the cooling phase, so I had an ice cube and I rubbed it all over my face to sort of seal the pores and close the pores after I've steamed, and then did my face mask to extract any of the blemishes and dirt and things, and then I just put a little ice cube just to seal everything. So I'm feeling pretty snatch right now.
We just had to check in. Now back to your local program, but we wanted to check in. Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I guess I'll start first. I got the vaccine for my own personal reasons. If someone wants to be vaccinated, that's fine. They don't, that's fine too. From what I understood the vaccine to do was prevent the person who was vaccinated from being getting the COVID so bad to where it almost killed you. So that was my reason for getting the vaccine, my husband and I, because my husband, as you all know, almost died from COVID. And when you see someone that you love laying in a bed, gasping for air and passing out on the floor and not even being coherent and know where they are and begging for mercy, you're going to get whatever you can. So I got it in support of him because I wanted him to get it. So I said, we'll both get it because I wanted to make sure my kids got it. We all got the vaccine because our whole house got COVID, but he was the only one who had the virus really bad. He was in the hospital almost 2 months. And I don't want to see him looking through a glass door anymore in the hospital with tubes in his, nose. And so for me, it was a more personal reason. If you don't get it, that's you. I'm not going to judge you for it. I just know for us, it was more personal because my kids saw their dad gasping for air. I saw him gasping for air, and it was scary. You know what I mean? So then for us, it was just more personal that we just wanted to make sure that if somebody gets it again, it hopefully, prayerfully, it won't be as serious as it was.
Sin, you want to go? Because I could jump in.
Oh, go for it. Go for it.
Well, for me, I'm not vaccinated. And of course, I'll tell you my reasons. Shonda, my heart goes out to you and George. I remember when it even all happened. But in this household, we are so blessed, and I could just not even knock on wood. I'm gonna give all praises to God that no one in this house was affected by the virus whatsoever. So I'm not against getting the vaccination. I just haven't found a need like you. Yours was a personal choice. I haven't found a need or I have to go and get this done right now. It has not affected my household. It has not knocked on my door. And like, I remember even the company that I was working for, they made the flu shot mandatory. So of course, hey, if I wanted a job, I needed to go take that flu shot. But if it was mandatory and something that I had to go and do, I'm not against it. I don't bring up all of this scientific, facts and this. It's just there was no need for me right now to go get it. That's one thing. But I do have lots of questions because I shared a story with all of you guys today in the chat that the numbers are going back up. They're spiking back up. But in that percentage, it's also people who have been vaccinated, who are still getting the virus. And I still know of a few that actually got vaccinated, got the virus, and passed away. So there's still so many questions that need to be asked. There was even that one celebrity, I think she's with Entertainment Tonight, Kat Sadler. She even came out and she posted her picture on, like, literally in the hospital bed. Like, guys, I am fully vaccinated and I just got COVID and this is serious and I am really sick. So I have so many questions. I just still have not been it, so I haven't been, it hasn't become personal to me like a Dr. Shonda. But there are people who are still vaccinated. And then I still have another question. And I'm not against everything, but I just have so many questions. I also hear, and these are myths. Maybe we need someone on here like a medical doctor or someone that can come in and answer some of these questions. But my other question also too is I heard that the vaccination is only good for 6 months. Okay, so some of you guys who took that back in January and now we're here in August, does that mean you still could go out and get the virus, or do you now you have to go get vaccinated all over again?
I'll go right back and get my other shot if I have
So
to.
that's what I
Okay.
mean. Like, do they know this? Like, let's educate the people.
Well, I don't know about. I did hear because we got the Pfizer, and I did hear that Pfizer wants or may want something like people to
A
go
booster.
take a third shot.
Mhm.
And if so, then I would. And to your point, um, if for me, if there's a slight chance it may help, why not?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to say, you're wrong for not getting it. But for
Mm-hmm.
me, the chance is greater for me that this is
Mhm.
a great chance that I may not get it, or not even say it may not. It may not
Mm-hmm.
cause me to be hospitalized or cause me to even potentially die from it. Even though I know people who had it as well that got the virus, got the vaccine, and they died from it. But also look at my household. There's five of us in here, and all of us got COVID, and one person got hospitalized. So
Mm-hmm.
there's still different things. Like you said, we don't know about the virus. There's things we don't know about the vaccine. But they say, hey, here's a chance. You just take it, and it may help you. I'm
Mm-hmm.
willing to take that chance. We're gonna die from something. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
saying I'm gonna take the virus, gonna kill me. We're gonna die from something. So if this is gonna help me maybe save my life, for me it was worth the risk. We put a seatbelt on our car every day, and people die from car accidents in their seatbelt every day.
Mhm.
We have seatbelts that kill them. They die in the car
Mm-hmm.
because the seatbelt killed them. Does
Mhm.
that mean I'm gonna get in the car and don't strap up anymore? No, I'm still gonna put on my seatbelt.
Right.
Right.
It's a personal choice for you. How do
Right.
you feel about how you're affected by the virus or whatever situation may be? Everyone has their own opinion and right to
Move
it.
away.
But for me, it was just worth it to take that chance.
Absolutely. And one more thing I want to add to that. I also choose to take the other precautions. Like, even
Right.
though they said we don't have to wear a mask anymore, when I walk out this door, I have that mask on.
We
Oh,
still wear
facts.
You know
Me
what I
masks. We
too.
still
mean?
got
I
Yep, I
still wear
still wear my
masks.
mask.
We still wear masks, still have sanitizer. We still
Mhm.
Yep.
take precautions. We still do all of that. I'm not going to
Yep.
So
put my
speaking
guard
about
down.
masks, California is now re-implementing their mask mandate
Ooh,
because of the
Cindy.
Delta variant going up.
That's right.
Now they're
That's right.
saying that now it is required again to wear masks inside public areas, which to me, I guess the reason I brought this up, and I'm sorry, Cindy,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you talk in a second, is I feel like we were seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, and now we've taken these 20 steps back
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because it's like
Mm-hmm.
hospitals are now at their brink. I mean, they tonight even on the nightly news, they interviewed a hospital in Jacksonville. The guy said flat out, "We can't take nobody else. This hospital is full." Okay, wait, let me see.
I'm gonna let
Okay,
Cindy go.
that way, go Cindy.
So
That way.
I have my feelings about it, but as an entertainer who deals with people and is in front of crowds of people and works in a large, like in a mass situation, I I had to get vaccinated.
Mm-hmm. You
I
travel.
have to try to work because it's my livelihood, and I travel a lot. And if, like Dr. Shonda said, if there's a chance that it may help prevent or keep this, give my body a fighting chance, my immune system a
Mm-hmm.
fighting chance, then that's what we have to do. And like we said, we don't know what's in everything. We don't know what's in the flu shot, but people do take it every year.
Mm-hmm.
There was a flu, the Spanish flu in 1918, that killed so many more people than it killed than died during this COVID time. But people did what they had to do and took precautions. And I have been wearing masks since before COVID. Actually, when I flew, I wore a mask. I have a friend who was moving to China, and because I knew that their air quality was poor, I bought her a mask. And then I was like, you know what? I live in New York City. Let me buy me a mask too. And I remember people looking at me like, "What's happening? What do you know?" Or what you got? And I was like, "It's not about what I got. It's about what you got
What you
What you
got?
got.
Yeah,
given to me."
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I have to think about that when I'm in a setting with 30 or 40 other people backstage in a confined space. And if I ever want to work again, I have to consider other people outside of myself. Now, even if you have the flu, I think our world is going to end up having to change because of one sickness can completely shut down a show. I mean, we don't know it. I know in the UK, I have a girlfriend who is starring in Hairspray right now at the West End, and they've had to delay their opening night because London has shut down again, because of this Delta variant. So you have to be really, I'm gonna do what I have to do because my livelihood is exactly
Right,
that.
right.
Then the arts can't thrive; they can't survive if we
Right.
can't go back outside. Um,
That's
that being
hospitality
said,
too.
right, in hospitality, it kills a lot of industries. But I will say that yes, Los
We gonna
Angeles,
get there, Mama TK. Don't worry, we gonna
yeah,
get there.
Los Angeles has created this mandate. I think it's smart that because some people still have not gotten it that you ain't supposed to sneeze in your hand.
Ooh,
Ooh,
child.
Mhm.
tell them, Cindy.
Have you realized how
I'm gonna look
unsanitary people are?
directly in the
Tell them,
screen.
Cindy. Go ahead and do a
Or if
demonstration, Cindy.
somebody hasn't gotten it, that you're supposed to still wash your hands when you're done with the bathroom.
Come on
Wash
now.
your hands.
I know a
If you
coworker.
sneeze, hit a dab on them. Pow! Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Get
Uh,
into the sleeve. Don't chew
and
and
touch
then go and
everything.
touch stuff and then pay
Yeah.
for money. We're
Yep.
still seeing that today. And that's how you spread
Amen.
it. Now I also heard that there's something called the monkeypox around there, that there was
Wait, who?
a case in Texas,
The
that
who?
this
No?
new thing from this
Monkeypox.
monkeypox business.
Monkeypox.
And
Monkeypox.
it was brought here from Nigeria or something. So you take a look at that, Diva B, and maybe we could talk about it on the next episode. But that's the new hotness,
Oh, great.
monkeypox. But to go back to what I was saying, yeah, I'm gonna do everything that I can. I don't know what's gonna happen. I haven't, my family members haven't been affected, but yet I do know of people who, my friends' families have been
Mm-hmm.
affected and have lost people during this. And if I can
Yeah.
help do my part, I'm around a lot of people on a
I'm gonna say
regular.
one more thing just
Yeah.
because I know TK wants to talk. No, I'm just kidding. I'll go.
Wait, I'm just fixing
She's
my
swinging
hair.
in her seat.
Okay, TK, you can go now.
Thank you,
It's
thank
your
you. Okay,
turn.
okay. So I have so many questions. Why is it when numbers go up, do we think it's because it's the people who are not vaccinated? Why couldn't it be people are not taking the necessary precautions, like you said?
Mhm.
They're sneezing in their hand, they're touching people. And the main thing that just hit me when y'all was talking, the world is opening back up. That's we're back out there now and more people around each other. We're not doing social distancing anymore. Concerts are coming back out. So does that have anything to do with it? And we're out in these big public events and fairs now. Maybe is that the reason why things are going back up?
Oh,
Did we do it?
absolutely.
Did we do it too soon?
Yeah.
Absolutely. This thing is not going away. And
Right.
I've watched a lot of hours of TED Talks and interviews, and said that coronaviruses have been around for a decade at least,
Mm-hmm.
and keep evolving. It started with SARS in Asia, and it had a couple cases here, but it didn't get to a point where it was a national emergency like it is now. But you got to just continue to do what you can. Wear your masks for yourself
Mm-hmm.
so we can quell this thing. Wearing a mask indoors, what is it to you? So it protects the performers
Mm-hmm.
at the event you're going to.
Well, I do. Can I say one thing, and then TK, I'll let you talk. I promise. I do know that the vaccinations. This is something that scientists have been working on since even before Obama and Bush became president, because it's just common sense to say, okay, the world is getting more populated. Obviously, something is going to happen where we're going to have another pandemic. There's going to be a plague. I mean, if you look back in our history, from the beginning of time, there were plagues, there were viruses, there were sicknesses. I mean, you know, so scientists have been working on these vaccines that help your body. Now, granted, you're right. I'm vaccinated, but that doesn't mean I can't get it. But as Shonda said, the chances of me dying from it are a lot less likely than somebody who didn't get it, period. You know, so it's like when people say, "Oh, I'm not getting the vaccine because of the science." Well, honey, science didn't just happen in 2020. Science been around since all four of us collectively have been born. You know, so that's why I wanted to ask the question, because everybody that I ask, "Hey, why didn't you get the vaccine?" "Oh, because I don't trust the science. I don't trust the science. I don't trust the science." And then they go pop two Advils, and I'm like,
"But you
science
trust
invented that? Yeah, science invented the Advils. You know, so it's like I wanted to talk about it. I don't want to beat a dead horse because I know I have talked about COVID before, but it's what's going on now. You cannot go and watch any news. I don't give a damn if it's CNN, Fox News, Nightly News, ABC, BBC, BQB, BAB, whatever. They talking about it, you know, because it's still something that, everything is opening back up, but it is going to affect us. I mean, even now, 2 of the Olympians that are on the gymnastics women team, they're alternates. They're not going to actually be performing, but they're alternates. They're now no longer able to be alternates in the Olympics. And a tennis player,
Coco, she's here from Miami.
What's her name? Coco
I think
Gauff.
her first name is Coco, and I forgot her last name.
So she just dropped out of the Olympics too because she tested positive for COVID. So imagine you work your entire life to go do something, and now this stops you. Yeah. There goes your dream.
I just wish, I hope rather, do you guys think they're going to make us go back inside and close stuff down if it gets too high?
Well, if they do, I have a nice house y'all can come to, because I'll be all alone here.
We'll come up there.
Wait, last time, I hope not.
I know, that was a long time. Those walls was caving in on me.
All we were doing is eating.
Let's not talk about that. I've been working out 5 days a week now.
I gained COVID-19. It was 19 pounds.
Actually, last week, I went to the doctor, y'all. And when that lady asked me to stand on the scale, when I saw that number, I looked at her and I said, "This is broken." And she was like, "No, sir." And I was like, "No, it can't be that." I literally got off the scale and got back on, and it was the same number. And since last Monday, I have been eating nothing but vegetables. I have been working out 5 days a week because, honey, I gained 60 pounds from COVID.
Wow.
And it didn't go to my behind, okay? That shit went right to my waist, okay? Because my pants was, they were screaming for that waist. So look at I don't want to be locked in the house no more. Please, people, wear a mask, get a vaccine. I don't give a damn, do something. I didn't hear that part. That's why I'm going to let that ride, because I was talking. I didn't hear it. So,
no.
Well, ladies, I appreciate you talking about it. I know that it's an iffy subject because we now live in a world where we cannot simply say, "Hey, I disagree," without somebody wanting to show up at your front door with a bat or a gun or something. It's just craziness, because we used to be able to disagree. We used to be able to tell jokes, and we used to be able to tell people, "Hey, I don't like that." But we live in a different world now. And like my mom said, Howie Mandel's a germaphobe. I'm a germaphobe too. And speaking of, Cindy, you talking about sneezing in your hand. There's a guy, I don't know who he is, but I know he works in my building. And every time I see his ass walk out of he getting saucy, but every time I see him walking out of the bathroom, he never washes them damn hands. And I be wanting to smack him, but I don't want to lose my job. But
And as a coworker, how dare you? You got to slip him a note. You got to slip him a note. Wash your damn hands.
No, you know what I do when he walks out of the restroom? I said, "No wonder we got COVID." Loud as hell, but
I just want to say your brother is sassy. Ryan,
I know.
I love Ryan.
It just makes you gain weight. The shade.
Your mama ain't
We'll delete those comments. We'll delete those comments.
Oh
gosh. And Bryn responded, TK, it's Coco Gauff.
There you go. And she was like a very young tennis player, up and coming, and I can't believe she can't go. Can you imagine? Yeah.
Well, can you imagine being Simone Biles and wanting to win a gold medal and there's nobody in the stands now? Because the
Yeah.
Olympics is
Right.
not allowing
Different
any
vibe.
fans, you know? I mean, it's like Cindy doing a show, but there's no audience.
Ooh,
It's like,
As long
speaking
you
as they
of,
cut
know,
the check, you know.
as long as they
speaking
cut the
of,
check.
do
Exactly.
you think they made all of the athletes take the COVID in order to participate?
Pretty sure.
Take the COVID
Well,
test.
Yeah, I
Oh,
like
no, the
no,
COVID
not
vaccine
the test,
oh, take
not
the
the test, the
vaccine.
vaccine.
Oh,
Yeah.
could be.
prop. Maybe.
Indiana University is making it mandatory. A
Maybe.
federal judge actually is involved in a lawsuit because I've seen it on the news tonight, nightly news, Lester Hall. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana University is making it mandatory for all students coming back for the fall semester. If you do not have your vaccine and a card to prove it, you cannot come to the semester.
Oh wow.
Ooh, ooh.
So, and right now it's in a federal judge's court, and he's willing to uphold it. So, I mean, going to what we're saying, if a company or a school or a business or whatever makes it mandatory, then what do? You know? So, but
Right.
that's for a whole nother segment. I'm
I
going to
know,
end
right?
this conversation because we have a very important person and she going to give us some motivational moments because we're all about the moments.
Oh, thank
TK's
you.
motivational moments. I'm working on a jingle.
There you
It's
go.
still in
Yes, jingle,
process.
jingle, jingle. Well, hi everybody.
Best thing, friend.
Today's word is going to be to not give up. Life itself,
Oh, we
we're
got Shonda
always
yawning.
that's why I was laughing about earlier, Diva B. You didn't catch that she did it, but I was trying to cover it up and look out for that she
I'm
didn't do
trying,
it.
y'all. Hanging on.
I saw it this time.
But yeah, this is the fourth one, by the way. she's clocking out. We're almost done, Shonda. I'm right there, baby. Give me 1
5 more
minute. Give me 1
minutes.
minute.
Okay.
But it's about not giving up. Throughout life, we all know that life is not peaches and cream and everything's going to go great. Whoever said that, they're lying. Challenges are going to come, obstacles are going to come. And the one thing that we don't see coming is those unexpected things. But my message to you is through the challenges, through the adversity, let's overcome those things by sharing our struggles, that we overcome them, and then let's teach everyone else. So I always have this thing that I always tell Shonda about too, and I'm also vocal about it, is that even as a motivational speaker, who motivates the motivator? And I actually do have a coach. He was my writing coach. And I want to share with you his message today that he put on Facebook. And I was like, Denard, there's my answer. So he goes, your biggest flex is your story. It's I've been through something, but I'm not letting that or anything else stop me from going after the life I deserve. Energy for me. Now that is enough to be. I'm sorry. Know that that's enough to be you. It's an honor to be you, and anybody can be better at being. No one. I'm going to go back. I'm sorry. And nobody can be better at being you than you. Cindy, we even talked about that. So don't allow what someone else is doing, and if they're doing what you're doing, they don't have the power in that one thing, and that is being you. So don't let fear and just anxiety and things like that stop you from being who you are. And then when you do overcome those obstacles, make sure that we share it and you tell your story and get it out there. And wait, I have to give him a shout out. So of course, my writing coach is Denard Mitchell. And when I wrote my book, he was my writing coach and he put so much accountability on me. And if you ever wanted to publish your book or just need coaching, make sure you hook up with I keep saying doctor. You're going to be a doctor, Denard. I'm just going to let you know that. Denard Mitchell at Next Level Publishing. He's a coach and a consultant. And that's my message to the people today. Don't you dare give up. Follow your dreams. Go after them. It doesn't matter about obstacles. One thing about plans and goals, please, you could always keep the goal. Don't ever change the goal, but you can change the plan when unexpected things come. But you always keep your eyes on the prize. And that's it from me. Wait, yes.
Working on
One time.
working on our transitions and our sound effects, everybody. How we doing?
We have an audience, y'all.
Yes, I love it, Cindy.
Well, thank you, Cindy, for the audience. Thank you, Shonda, for your corner. Thank you, TK, for your motivational moments. They're always a pleasure. My mama loves them after every podcast. When I hang up, the first thing she says is, I love me some Miss TK. And I'm like, what's so funny is when I end the podcast, TK's mom was always like, I love me some Diva B. Go figure.
It's so true.
So I love our listeners. I appreciate you. I won't even begin to tell you how every time it is my turn to host, I question my two topics more than anything because I just want good topics. So I literally run the topics by 100 different people before I speak it on the podcast. I appreciate you listening. We love you. We appreciate you. Tell your friends, your family, your cousins. Shit, tell the Congress people who are trying to legalize marijuana to watch Talk Miami because we got something to say. And on that note, we out.
Add it up. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So my mom says that Cindy's skin looks beautiful. Mom, tune in next week because Shonda gonna redo her braids for you, honey. That hair gonna be looking beautiful, boo.
It's the braids under the wig I'm going to redo.
Oh,
wait a minute.
Okay.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What in the world is going on? As a matter of fact, Diva B, you're passing the torch. Who's hosting next week? Is it Well, you said that the Dr. Shonda Roberts. Go
We gonna
and
have
get that
a
baton.
the corner, y'all.
Be ready for the mess next week.
Oh, Lord, gee. Okay. Peace out, y'all.
With the shoulders.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.